about 1967, 66, in that era. Mrs. Agnes McCrae Morton asked me if I was interested in being director of piping and drumming at her games, the Grandfather Mountain Games.
The Grandfather Mountain Highland Games, or as it's known by its official title, the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games and Gathering of Scottish Clans. Founded in 1956, the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games have become one of, if not the most famous, Scottish festivals in the world.
I've been coming to these games a little over 20 years. I started coming with my father. He wanted to learn more about our history and our culture and our heritage. And as soon as we came, we fell in love.
The games are held during the second full weekend each July in the midst of North Carolina's high country. High on the slopes of Grandfather Mountain, they call McCrae Meadow home.
You're in the most beautiful setting, high in the mountains.
In fact, at 4,400 feet above sea level, McCrae Meadow is as high as any mountain in Scotland.
It's the most amazing place on earth.
The Grandfather Mountain Highland Games were co-founded by Agnes McCrae Morton, mother of famed photographer and longtime owner of Grandfather Mountain Hugh Morton, and Donald F. McDonald.
The Grandfather Mountain Highland Games began in 1956, but 2 years before that, I was a reporter in Charlotte, North Carolina, on a newspaper, the old Charlotte News, and wanted to go on vacation to the land of my ancestors, which is Scotland. And when I got to Scotland, I went to the Braemar Highland Games, the Highland Gathering. So anyway, I was so enthusiastic about it. I got myself a huge program that's about the same size as a telephone director, brought it back with me to North Carolina. When I got back, I started up a Robert Burns Society, the U.S. branch of the Clandon, and also started a Scottish country dancing group. And all of these things were written up in the papers or were on radio, on television, and Mrs. Agnes McCrae Morton heard and read about this.
Morton and MacDonald were brought together by a shared love of Scottish heritage.
I said, how about having not just one clan society meeting, let's have a gathering of all the clans and have Highland Games, competitions and various things, track and field, bagpiping, Highland dancing, all of these things that are traditional that I had learned about at Braemar. And I must say, Mrs. Morton didn't know about Highland Games. She said, well, let's have a go.
The games began modestly, first held on Sunday, August 19th, 1956. Morton and MacDonald selected this date because it was the anniversary of Bonnie Prince Charles landing in Scotland. Agnes and Donald were aware of Scottish festivals which had been held 200 years prior at Ellerby and Laurel Hill. Those events had run their course by the 1840s, but North Carolina was still home to many people of Scottish descent. It remains so today.
I remember very well Mrs. Morton mentioning that she didn't care what I did or how I did it to improve the piping and drumming, but she'd like to maintain the games being a clan gathering, and that's something we've held to over the years.
What began as a one-day event in 1956 now stretches over 4 days.
It's what I look forward to more than anything else every year.
It remains, at heart, a gathering.
The games that we have here are very well known in Scotland. We now have about 40,000 people from about that 1,000 that we had that first year. We've moved into double figures, and it's amazing.
The games grew so much over the years, and of course the attendance has grown right along with it. Consequently, I believe it's one of the biggest Highland clan gatherings in the world.
We have the largest number of clan societies in the world, more than many clan societies in Scotland.
After 60 years, the Games remain traditionally Scottish. It hosts national competitions in Highland dance, piping, drumming, Scottish heavy athletics.
Where else are you going to go and see a bunch of burly men and women throwing telephone poles?
And track and field. The Grandfather Mountain Hill Climb, known as the Bear, and the Grandfather Mountain Marathon are world-class events.
We also have, and we've had this for years, is a marathon that starts over near Boone and it runs all over the mountains and finishes at the Games Field at McRae Meadows. That's really growing. I think that's probably one of the most difficult marathons in the country. And we also have a race that we call the Bear Race. Starts down at the foot of the mountain and runs all the way to the top. And that's the fellow that runs that. He opens that up on the internet for the runners to sign up, and it fills up within minutes, thousands of people.
Spectators may enjoy events such as sheepdog demonstrations and modern and traditional Celtic music.
We have a gentleman who is in charge of all the music which we call the groves. And there's a lot of entertainment, different groups going on in these groves. And his name is E.J. Jones, and he's trying to educate the people that the connection between the Appalachian music and the Celtic music, and that's been very important to this area and to the people who attend the games.
I come at this as a musician who's played lots of festivals for the last 20 years or so, and having played lots of festivals, I know how much has changed in the culture because of a big festival like Grandfather. Bands and musicians have their whole careers anchored around big festivals like Grandfather. We have a mission to purvey, to amplify the culture of Celtic music in this country. So what I'm trying to do in booking is I'm trying to make sure that the audience takes away something real. That when the audience scratches the surface of the entertainment at Grandfather, what they see is a whole wonderful world, years of history, relationships that go back from teacher to student for many, many years. And what they can take away is a real connection to Scottish culture and to the beauty of Scottish music.
The Grandfather Mountain Highland Games have had many firsts since 1956. The Thursday evening Torchlight Ceremony. The Sunday morning worship service on the grounds. The Parade of Tartans. All began at Grandfather and spread to other Scottish festivals across the U.S. Another unique aspect of the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games is the on-site camping. Almost all campers return year after year to spend a week or more on the mountain, enjoying their meals, their music, and their camaraderie. It is easy amongst all the hubbub to forget an important purpose of the games. That purpose is to provide scholarships to high country students who wish to continue their education after high school. And so, setting family and heritage aside, the games provide a unique and magical experience for spectators and much needed support for local students.
People we have now are the people who came as children when they were younger, and now they're the mainstream of our games. People come to our games because the way the games has been for all these years. We'd just like to see it kind of continue just the way it always has been. The vision of the people who started it in the beginning.
And it's such a friendly place. I mean, this is something outstanding to me. And to know that I had anything at all to do with the beginning of it, it makes me very proud. I hope I don't try to seem as if I'm really somebody, for having done that, but it just so happened that I sort of hit a nerve.
The festival can find people who might normally be a little too shy. And if you put a microphone in front of that person, then wonderful music can arise. And musician relationships can lead to better and better, more and more interesting, more and more beautiful music that we never knew would exist. And Grandfather's the place where that kind of thing can happen.
But more than anything, what's kept me coming back are the people. I've met so many amazing people that have become more than just friends. They're family. They're games family.
Come along and join the fun. We'll see you on the mountain.
Good evening. My name is Jim Denny, Board of Trustees and coordinator of the Bear Run. This evening would have been our 26th running, of the Bear Run. This year at 7 o'clock, we would have had 825 runners, starting at the intersection of 105 and 221. And many of those runners who have signed up to participate this evening, would have been members of many of the clans represented here tonight. As you know, the Bear Run itself is an awesome event to start off these games because it reminds me of the Scottish heritage, which includes overcoming adversity, resilience, pride, inclusiveness, all the qualities that takes a runner to be able to get to the top of that mountain. And once they hit that top of the mountain, then they're awarded a medal that I'm wearing here this evening. So again, I welcome everybody this evening, and I look forward to seeing you next year face to face, and encourage all of you to sign up for the 2020 Running of the Bear, which will be our 27th running.
So, the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games starts with the Torchlight Ceremony, which typically takes place Thursday night, just as it's getting dark, and most people that have been for the last even several decades would think that's something that's happened for 60 plus years of the Grandfather Mountain Games, but it started actually about 30 years ago, and Lawrence Maxwell Long is the originator of that ceremony. And Larry, tell us a little bit about the historical origins of that, and then what your idea was for bringing it to the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games and how that came to be.
What we like to look at was bringing the clans together for celebration of the heritage and for the all sorts of background information went into it, but we tried to pull it together in such a way that it would represent historical accuracy, but the new twist that allowed the games to start in a most exemplary manner.
What do you remember about that first Torchlight Ceremony at the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games?
Well, it took about 2 years to get everything pulled together. Since no one had seen it or heard anything like it, it took a great deal of correspondence with the various clan organizations to agree to participate, which they ultimately did. And we came up with the concept of bringing torches, lighted torches borne by clansmen, in from the 4 cardinal points of the compass, and that's still done today. The symbolism was the torches would be put together so that it formed a single fire, and that fire was from all points of the compass, and that's the way the clans started the games to announce they were there and ready for the games to begin. It was not without its problems at startup. The ultimate design for the torches that each member carries sort of struggled with unsuccessful attempts to get a torch that would burn but not too brightly. And things didn't go well until someone invented the tiki torch. So that worked splendidly, and that was a solution for that particular problem.
Do you remember, Daddy, how many clans participated that first year?
The first year that we had it, after 2 years of correspondence and preparation, probably was about 25. Some of the ground rules have changed. When it started, it was one man, one clan, in a kilt with a torch. We've subsequently moved on to more representative participation. I recall one time when grandmother brought her autistic child, and that was, sorry about that, it won't play good. That was certainly a memorable one, in which she brought the child to the field, made the announcement, and then they both stayed together until the ceremony concluded.
Did you foresee 30 plus years ago that this would grow to be really a hallmark tradition of these games? Definitely made them a longer event, and definitely a very special part of the clan ceremonies for these games. Could you have envisioned that 30 some years ago?
No, it certainly was not in the original vision what it has become, but I could and should comment that one of the things that makes that particular ceremony unique is that it has been adopted and taken over by the people who participate. It's their ceremony, and I think that's a significant difference for anything that we do.
I like that. So, several decades later, as you look at this torchlight ceremony, what is the part of it that you think has made it last?
The thing that I think has been the most pleasing to both participants and the spectators that watch is that it is done by and for the members. It's not a show put on to give audiences a visual image of the games. It's really done for and by those people that participate in it. And I think that's a significant part of it. It was one of those things we hoped might happen, that the participants would take it over and do it. And they have, to a great extent, adopted it as their own.
Hello, my name is Levin Sudderth, and I'm the Assistant General Manager for Mountain Operations at the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games. I'm also the Camping Director, and I work on the construction crew. In my other life, off the mountain, I'm a middle school social studies teacher in the Avery County school system. Most of you probably know that the primary goal of the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games is to preserve and promote Scottish culture and heritage. You may not know, however, that another fundamental mission of the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games is to provide scholarships for Avery County students. When you attend our games, you may notice a lot of young faces among our staff members and volunteers. Many of these young people are current and former Avery County students who are contributing to our event in a variety of ways. They may be selling tickets, picking up trash, staffing the children's tent, working with the border collies, helping with heavy athletics, hauling equipment with the field crew, or any number of other vital tasks. The Grandfather Mountain Highland Games is proud to be able to reward many of these students by offering renewable scholarships that will help them achieve their dreams of going to college. We are also proud to say that even in the midst of this current pandemic situation, all of our current scholarship commitments are being met. Such commitment comes at a price, though, especially in a year with no gate revenue to fund these scholarships. With that in mind, I would ask you to consider making a donation to the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games Scholarship Fund. The Grandfather Mountain Highland Games is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, so your gift is tax deductible. Thank you for considering a contribution so that we can continue to help the young men and women of Avery County who do so much to help make these games the best event of its kind in the world. I'll see you next year on the mountain.
Hi, good evening. My name is Steve Quillen. I'm the current president of the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games, and I'm here at McRae Meadow as we start our Grandfather Mountain Torchlight Ceremony. I'm standing beside the Scottish Memorial Cairn that was erected to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the Games. And the ceremony that we'll be holding tonight is about 15 years older than that. It's very unique to Grandfather Mountain. It is the time when we come together on Thursday night and declare each of our Scottish clans and families present on the field. I'm very pleased to have you with us. I am sorry that we're having to do this in the virtual arena this year instead of in person, but the COVID virus has done what it's done, and we are going to overcome it as best we can. I want to welcome all of our participants tonight. This will be our best efforts at replicating our standard traditional ceremony. Of course, some things will be different because we can't be together. But I want all of you to think that we're together, and if we put enough mental energy into it, perhaps we can feel as if we're all together. And so, having said that, I want to thank each one of you for participating in advance, and I look forward very much to this evening and very much forward to sharing it with all the people who normally come to the games and share this ceremony in person. as we prepare to raise the clans, take a few moments to prepare yourself for what is to follow. Consider the face of the mountain which towers over us. Its strength and its size shields us from the world beyond. As the shadows creep down the steep slopes, moving closer and closer to where you sit, time starts to slow. It is as if we now move to a different pulse, a different age. Lift your eyes beyond the mountain to the skies. As the skies fill our vision, time slips away. It's time to listen, to wonder, to remember. The blood calls to old memories, stirring in our minds, our thoughts. Be silent and listen to the old lang syne. Listen. Listen.
Long ago, when the tallest oaks were not yet an acorn, there were times of danger in the land that was called Scotland. It was often necessary for the clans to gather quickly at an appointed place, ready to display and, if necessary, use their collective strength. In order to gather the clans, it was necessary to use a sign that would be recognised and obeyed. One such sign was the Grantara.
Who comes to this gathering of Scottish clans? Armstrong.
Invictus Manio, from Gilnockie Tower to the moon and back. Clan Armstrong is here.
Baird.
I am Branton Baird. For several years I have announced Clan Baird's presence at Grandfather Mountain. This year I'm happy to announce that we have a new leader in Clan Baird for the first time in 300 years. Commissioned by the Lord Lion after our family convention in 2019, I'm happy to introduce you to our commander, Richard Holman Baird of Rickerton, Uri, and Lockwood.
Thank you, Branton, and hello. I live on the last Baird estate in Scotland, Rickerton Estate, by Stonehaven, just south of Aberdeen. I was much looking forward to my trip this year to the States and Canada, and rounding off at the Grandfather Mountain Games. Sadly, COVID has got in the way, but I plan to come in 2021, and hopefully we'll have an even bigger dram with you all next year.
Bell.
We are West March border reivers declared unruly in 1587. I bear the bell, and Clan Bell is here.
Boyd.
Humphido! We fought for Scottish independence alongside Wallace and Bruce, helped drive the Vikings from Scotland, alongside Alexander III, while regents of Scotland King James III were brought to Orkney and Shetland Island, to Scotland. Defenders of Mary, Queen of Scots, William Boyd was beheaded for our participation in the Battle of Culloden. Jacobites, known as the Trusty Boyd since 1263. We welcome all. House of Boyd is here. Confido!
Buchanan.
The lords and lassies of Clan Buchanan from near and far wish all our kin are up to par. And although we drink whiskey and you drink beer, we'll toast a glass together next year. Clan Buchanan is here.
Bruce. The family of Bruce is honored to answer the call to the 2020 virtual Highland Games at Grandfather Mountain. In 1314, Robert the Bruce issued the call. The clans responded, and the Scots won their independence. Our motto is Fuimus. We have been, we are, we shall be, and we will always answer the call. The Bruces are here. The Bruces are here. A Bruce, a Bruce. Burnett.
Virtut venir virtus. Courage flourishes at a wound. This is the motto the Burnetts live by. In the name of our chief, James Burnett of Lays, the House of Burnett answers the call.
Cameron.
From Magna Carta in Scotland across the sea, then come to America to settle did we. In the North Carolina mountains at Grandfather we'd rather be. By virtual connections, internet, and IP, the Camerons are here.
Campbell.
Campbells are in the house. Sorry we can't all be together this year, but hopefully we will all be back together again next year. Sláinte.
Cochran.
From Fayetteville, North Carolina, home of one of the great Scottish settlements, Clan Cochran is here.
Cahoon.
Every time Grandfather Mountain has issued a call to the clans, we have answered. Clan Cahoon is here, and we always will be.
Donald.
From the Isle of Skye and Kintyre to the shores and mountains of North Carolina, we are here. Premier, Pateris, by sea and by land, Clan Donald is here.
Donahue.
Clan Donahue descends from the kings of Dalratia and Athol, the cradle of kings. Faith is their talisman, freedom their law. Bound in one brotherhood, chieftain and kern, light is their tread on the brock and fern. Fierce when roused, resistless the charge, flinging behind them the plate and the targe. Full in the face of the enemy they leap, key battles welcome the sheen of their swords in their sweep. Glory is the reward of valor, Clan Donahue is here.
Dury.
Dr. Bruce Dury, Kennehy, Andrew Dury of Dury, our honoured chief. The ancient and proud family of Dury from the Kingdom of Fife answers the call. And as we say in the Scots Lead, here's to us, was like us, damn few, and they're all deed.
Ferguson.
Felty, from Clan Ferguson Society in North America, the United States, Canada, and Fergusons elsewhere, we wish you to be healthy and safe. Fergus Gabra.
Forbes.
On behalf of the House of Forbes, descended from the Picts, and granted the barony of Forbes from the Mormar of Mar for feats of valor in the land we call Scotland, the Clan Forbes Society is here.
Forrester.
From Gorstorping Castle,
ancient home of the royal gamekeepers of Edinburgh and Falkirk, we never fail to answer the call of our fellow Scots. Blaw, hunter, blaw thy horn. Clan Forrester is here.
Forsyth.
Greetings from Clan Forsyth Society, USA. I have with me little Matt Forsyth. Matt Forsyth was the first bagpipe instructor for the Dunedin, Florida High School Pipe Band. We had hoped to see you at the Highland Games this year in North Carolina, but the pandemic had other ideas. Hope to see you next year. Our motto is the rebuilder of ruins.
Fraser.
The field is empty now, but in the spirit of the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games, Clan Fraser answers the call. Clan Fraser is here.
Galbraith.
Before there was a Scotland, we came to the Strathclyde. We settled along Loch Lomond and made Stirlingshire a home. We fought with the powerful Lennox and the Bruce. Today, we live in all parts of the world, and we strive to keep our history and culture alive. Clan of Ratanach, Asen Turirig, Clan Galbraith is here.
Gordon.
Anvil Gordon, the Marquis of Huntley, the Cock of the North. We see you, friends of Scotland. We see you've made the trek to share what's in your hearts. By Dan, by Dan, by Dan, the Cock of the North and the House of Gordon USA are here. Agorda! Agorda! Agorda!
Graham.
From Dundee on the east coast, Montrose in Angus, down the Highland line through Perthshire and Stirlingshire to Loch Lomond and Buchanan and Mugdock to the Firth of Clyde and the Isle of Arran, Brodick, and across the Irish Sea to the Northern Islands. The Grahams are here. The Ubli.
Gregor.
From the Highlands of Scotland to the eastern shore of the colonies, then across the United States, Clan MacGregor has always answered the call. The American Clan Gregor Society is here.
Gunn.
From the halls of Valhalla to the upper Caithness of Scotland and into Grandfather Mountain at North Carolina, the Gun Clan is here.
Guthrie.
Guthrie O'Guthrie and Guthrie O'Gaggy, Guthrie O'Tiebank and Guthrie O'Craggy. In 1299, the Laird of Guthrie was sent to France to retrieve William Wallace to return to Scotland. The mission was successful and Guthrie landed with Wallace at Montrose. In 1750, three brothers landed in Carteret County, North Carolina, and established a thriving and hard-working clan of Guthries. So take notice, hide your whiskey and women, because Clan Guthrie is here. Ah!
Hey.
We are the clan of the Constable, from the Outer Banks to the north coast of Aberdeenshire and Slains Castle. We are the mighty Clan Hay. Ahay! Ahay! Ahay!
Ennis.
From Murray, land of the River Spey, and Banff in northeast Scotland, and around the world, the Ennis clan is here. Be traced.
Johnston.
From Moffat Water to Greta Green, from Elgin to Aberdeen,
and wherever else there's livestock and women for the taking. I'm ready. Clan Johnson is here.
Keith.
From the north of Scotland, Caithness, to the cliffs just south of Stonehaven, to East Lothian, our clan has made its way across the Atlantic Ocean to the North American continent. To this great country, we have woven ourselves into the fabric of this country's history. The clan, the Mareschals of Scotland. Clan Keithich is here. Clan Keith is here. Veritas Vicit. Truth conquers.
Kennedy.
Up the coast of Ballantrae, through the ancient kingdom of Carrick, beware, the wild and mighty Kennedys are here. Avis la fin.
Kincaid.
From humble beginnings in the Campsie Fells at the times of William Wallace,
we have grown into what we are today, a proud clan represented in all four corners of God's great earth.
This I'll defend.
Ah, Kincaid!
The Kincaids are here!
Lindsay.
Greetings to all our fellow clansmen. We are so proud to be able to celebrate the 900th year anniversary of the name of Lindsay known in Scotland. From the lowlands to the highlands to Belcarry's house, greetings from Lord Crawford. In these tumultuous times, we would like to share with you our motto, which is Endura Fort, which means endure with great fortitude and strength. We wish for all of you health and happiness. The Lindsays are here!
Lockhart.
My name is Richard Lockhart. I'm president of the American Clan Lockhart Society. I want to welcome all the clans to the games. Corda Serrata Pando is our call. Thank you.
McAllister.
Alexanders, Allisons, Saunders and Sanders, your clan is gathering here virtually on the field at McCrae Meadows. We come from the Kintyre Peninsula, the mighty Clan Donald on one side, the powerful Campbells on the other. Clan Donald, our cousins, our friends, but what can I say of the Campbells? You know they stole our lands. Well, we married their finest women. It was a natural selection, and it all worked out in the end, you see. Turns out the land was barren, but the women were not. So we're still here today. McAllisters are on the field. McAllisters are virtually everywhere. Fortiter!
McAlpin.
From Scotland around the world to the United States, the McAlpine wish you all good health. We look forward to seeing you in 2021. Slanjava.
Macbeth.
We hail from the 11th century King of Scots. Conjuncta Virtuti Fortuna is our motto. Clan Macbeth is here.
McCallum.
We are Clan McCallum Malcolm. Our chief, Robin Neal Malcolm, 19th Laird of Potalic, resides in 800-year-old Dunshaugh Castle with his wife Trish in Argyllshire, Scotland. Our clan motto is, in Ardua Tendit, where he has attempted difficult things. Our battle cry is, Zachary Moore.
MacDonald.
Hello, Michael McDonald from Mebane, North Carolina, representing Clan Donald. Here's to the 2020 virtual Grandfather Mountain Highland Games. Slanger.
McDougall.
Hello, I'm David McDougall. I'm usually the director of the torchlighting ceremony each year at Grandfather, and of course this year it's all being done virtual. So I want to welcome all you and especially thank everybody that's put this video together. And with no further ado, I'd like to let you know that Clan McDougall is here and Buad no Ba.
Macduff.
From Oronsay and Colonsay, a true Islander clan, to the Highlands of Grandfather Mountain, and now into domiciles, the Lord of the Isles and keeper of the record.
We answered before, and so shall we answer now.
Faith, friendship, and Scotland forever. The McDuffies are here!
McEwen.
From Polwarth, Berwickshire, in the Scottish borders, one of the strongholds of the clan McEwen. I, John McEwen, commander of the clan, am delighted to announce to the Grandfather Highland Gathering that the McEwens are here. Reveresco.
McFarland.
Greetings from Charleston, South Carolina. I represent Clan McFarland Society International, and we have answered the call. Loch Sloy.
McIntyre.
From the Highlands of Cache Valley, Utah, Mike McIntyre of Clan McIntyre answers the call. Our clan motto, Per Ardua, seems particularly fitting at this time because it means, through difficulty. Clan McIntyre is here.
Mackay.
We hail from the north, the Highlands, where the mountains meet the sea, with shoulders strong and stout, and backs broad like bears, with hands strong, hard as hammers, and minds as sharp as swords. Our bonds are never broken. Our loyalties do not waver. When our name is spoken, our enemies run in fear, for we are Clan Mackay, and we are here!
Mackenzie.
From the west coast stronghold of Ellendonan to the east coast seat at Castle Loud, no other clan will fight so fierce. No other clan will stand so proud. An invitation has gone out to all, and Clan Mackenzie will answer the call. Tulacard, Tulacard, Tulacard.
McLaren.
From the banks of Loch Voyle in the town of Balquidder, there's been one clan that has always answered the call. Grandfather Mountain, the McLarens are here.
McLean.
On this hallowed night, we gather together in spirit, not in person. Though my body is in New Mexico, my heart is on the misty McCray Meadow. Know that next year we shall share twice the stories and drink twice the scotch. For we will be present next year, as we are representing here tonight, for the McLeans are here.
McClellan.
Welcome from Hendersonville, North Carolina. We are glad to represent Clan McClellan. I'm Gary and my wife Jill McClellan. I'm the Mid-Atlantic Director for Clan McClellan. We sure look forward to seeing all of you next year in 2021.
MacLeod.
I am Kirk MacLeod from the Clan MacLeod, and Clan MacLeod is here. Hold fast.
Hold fast.
McRae.
We come from Kentale, and every year we come to Grandfather Mountain, to McRae Meadow. But this year we come digitally. We are the Wild McRaes. Sure Urin.
McTavish.
Cruach Moore.
Matheson.
Here was to be our international clan gathering at Grandfather Mountain. Our chief, Alexander Matheson, sends best wishes to all Mathesons and our supporters. Good health for the year to come. We'll see you in 2021. Faket Spera, Clan Matheson is here.
Maxwell.
Greetings from the Kirks of Morehead City, North Carolina, allied family of Clan Maxwell Society. The Maxwells are here. Wardlaw.
Moffat.
Our motto is, I hope for better things, such as an end to this coronavirus, a safe and effective vaccine, and the recovery to good health of anyone who has contracted this disease. From the lowlands of Scotland, our ancestral home, from the counties of Guilford, Randolph, and Yadkin counties in North Carolina, and the counties in South Carolina, Tennessee, and Kentucky, and all over these United States, Clan Moffat is here.
Morrison.
From the Western Isles of Scotland via sunny South Texas, Clan Morrison is here. Chalach Fapi, Junestion.
Monroe.
Though we are miles away, we can hear the mountains call. From generations young to old, we send our love to the ones we can't be near and hope to see everyone next year. Clan Monroe is here.
Murray.
From Athol and Tullabarton to District 12, First fortune and fill the fetters. The Murrays are here.
Nesbitt.
From Edinburgh to the borders, we have owned land and castle. We have dined with kings and queens. Our motto, I bide it decrees, I will survive. All hail, the Nesbitts are here.
Ramsey.
Ora et labora. That is our clan motto, and it means pray and work. Our clan name has been in Scotland since the 12th century, where the ancient castle called Dalhousie was built. The clan has produced such distinguished people as the Sheriff of Fife, the designation as an Earl, and governors of India and Canada, to name a few. Our clan scattered over the hills of Scotland, and now we are here in the mountains of North Carolina. I am here to proclaim that on behalf of the 17th Earl of Dalhousie, James Hubert Ramsey, that Clan Ramsey is here.
Rose.
From Nairn, Clan Rose is here, constant and true.
Ross.
From the Moray Firth to the Black Isle, to the Great North Sea, and west to the Atlantic, the great Clan Ross is here.
Scott.
Clan Scott in the house. Look forward to seeing y'all next year. Y'all be safe. I'm Bill and Dane.
Stewart.
from Appin and Athol, from Galloway and Bute, from the royal palaces of Scotland and England. The clan of kings, Clan Stuart, is here. Hey!
Thompson.
From the western march of the Scottish borders, the Thompsons are here. Reivers ride again.
Turnbull.
From the Scottish borders to the United States, we represent the Turnbull family.
I save the king!
Wallace.
Clan Wallace, the clan of the Guardian of Scotland, wants to remind you all we are in this together. Freedom!
From the borders to the Isles, from the valleys to the hills, we answer the call. The Scottish district families are here.
As the grandfather Rocky Ridge gazes into the heavens, we turn to God to offer our thanks and ask for a blessing. Let us pray. God of the years unending, Lord of flowing seasons across faraway lands, time and beauty now stand still in your presence. The majesty of your creation amidst mountains and glens, infused with the blessing of tradition, well up deep images of past gatherings of the clans. Threads of colorful tartans and ancient games remind us of who we are and of those who came before us, filling our souls with passionate yearnings to feel the grand embrace of friend and kin again. For generations, the call of the pipes and the cadence of the drum brought us together into the mountain meadow. Holding hands, the many became one, and we celebrated our heritage with mysterious pageantry. We recall being in the presence of such power and poignancy, being overwhelmed with joy and wonder. So today, we are saddened to miss such an event, for we long to be drawn into something bigger than ourselves, far away from our fears and divisions. The unknown presence of the virus and our respect for each other have called for a hesitancy of our coming together. Lord, preserve us and hold us by your grace, that we may not soon forget what we have missed. Bless our memories of times past and our hope for future grandfather games, that we would honor not only our names, but honor your name as well. Lord, though you gather and scatter your people to the ends of the earth, remind us that wherever we go, we are never beyond the reach of your love, nor the heart's embrace of family and friends. Truly, we are never alone. Amen.
I would like to thank our corporate sponsors for this event, Glenmorangie. I hope that all of you will join me in a dram. I'd like to raise a toast to these Scottish clans, these Scottish families, and the enduring memory of the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games. Slàinte. For those of you who would like to, and who are able, to donate to the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games in this time of need, we would certainly appreciate it. You may find the link for a secure donation at gmhg.org at the bottom of the presentation that you've seen tonight. We again appreciate everyone's involvement, appreciate the viewership, and look very much forward to seeing you in 2021. In closing tonight's ceremony, I have several people that I would like to thank. First, I want to start with the two sisters, Jamie Lynn Patterson and Robin Crabtree, who come from Clan McLaren, who brought this up as a grassroots endeavor and have really worked very hard to pull it all together. We really, really appreciate that. I'd like to thank my friend Hugh Scott in Edinburgh for his part in the narration. I would like to thank E.J. Jones for his efforts in the photography and the editing. I would like to thank the Grandfather Mountain Board of Trustees for their unending support for this games and this night. And especially, I'd like to thank each of our clan representatives who came forth tonight to declare yourselves present at what should have been our 65th anniversary. I want to welcome each and every one of you back to what will indeed be our 65th anniversary in July of 2021. I'd like to give a word about our piper, E.J. Jones, and the tunes that we selected tonight. We started off the ceremony with Scots Wahey, which is called, the tune for that is called Hey Tooty Tatty, and it was played at Robert the Bruce's victory at Bannockburn for Scottish independence in the year 1314. Certainly appropriate for a gathering of the clans. The concluding tune is Noa Wah Te Baidawa, not the tune that the ceremony at Grandfather has traditionally concluded with, but we selected it for this year because in English it means we're no away to stay away. In other words, we'll be back in 2021, we'll be back better than ever.
Thank you.